There is something pure and beauty in the night. Moonlight softens the harsh outlines of day, yet sharpens the sky like a bowman to an arrow's head. Danger lurks close. As day falls, demons and wolves run wild in the vast open wilderness. A tormenting battle will rage as the night men collide, head to head, shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm. Power and strength always resides in the blackness of night. Only one can last the night and shoot to victory. Nothing graceful or elegant will win this night, just simple gold at the center of a target. Hit after hit after hit. But as one battle is won, and the sun rises, another will emerge next sundown. This is the true beauty of the night.
What a day of jam-packed varsity sporting action we've had here on Kincoid campus. It's currently 50-44 to Cardiff Met, with badminton, netball and rugby results still yet to come. No chance will we going to let the wet weather dampen our spirits here at Kincoid Fortress. And even better, the big finale, the rugby between Cardiff Met and Bath, is still yet to come. Now, the action all started this morning with the wheelchair basketball, and what a great spectacle that was. Then we had, of course, the basketball, we've had the football, we've had the netball, which is currently still playing. We've had all sorts of sports going on today, and we've been full of sporting talent here on Kincoid campus. Today, it's been all about Varsity 2019.
There is something pure and beauty in the night.
It is Varsity 2019 here on Kincoid campus, and what a day we've had, Gavin!
Oh, it's been absolutely magnificent, from the wheelchair basketball at the start of the day to all the football that we've been around to my boys at the cricket doing pretty well today. 2 wins out of 2 for them today, but it's tight. Bath have brought it all the way back into the game after being 4-1 down, so it's going to be an exciting one.
And it's a close one on the scores, a very close. I mean, it's 50-44 to Cardiff Met at the moment, but I mean, I have a feeling Bath, it's all about the netball. We've got the netball result, the badminton result, and of course the big rugby finale still to come later. So the netball's currently going on behind us. They're in the third quarter at the minute, and the score 27-29. It's a tight one. Great game though.
Yes, but I'll tell you what, the crowd has been absolutely magnificent.
Fantastic.
As they have been throughout all day, even in the rain. So, you know, you can always count on the Archer faithful to put a good shift in.
It's what Varsity's all about though, isn't it? It's about people coming and enjoying the sport and being able to take part and just enjoying the day. It kind of, you take away from it is competitive, of course, because being Cardiff Met, you want to win, being Bath, you want to win. But I mean, you take that element away from it, you come here, you represent the university, and you just have fun. It's Varsity. Everyone loves it.
Everybody's been having some beers.
And everyone's been banging their, I don't know what you call them,
but they're clackers
together.
For everyone who needs to know back home.
Anyway, of course, we are here because we are building up to the grand finale of Varsity, which is Cardiff Met Rugby versus Bath Rugby. It's going to be a big one. I mean, the pitch is looking pretty wet and muddy at the minute. I wouldn't want to be out there playing, but it's going to be a big finale to Varsity, isn't it?
It's going to be huge, and now that the weather's subsided a little bit, it should be a nice game, and everybody's looking forward to getting out there. Well,
I tell you what, let's bring in a man who knows a little bit more about Cardiff Met Rugby. The one and only Danny Milton.
Hi Danny, how are you?
Hello Danny, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, very well. Really exciting. It's been a great day. I managed to get round and watch a number of the sports, and it's just been great to see everybody with smiles on their faces and really getting into the atmosphere.
And that's the thing, what is it about Varsity? Everyone just comes out and they love it, and everyone wants to play the sport and wants to represent the university.
Yeah, I think each sport treats it a little bit differently. We're using it as an opportunity to thank predominantly our third years who've given a lot of service, and I think there's lots of ways you can do it. Sometimes you're putting out a new side, your first years for next year, and I think that what makes it a little bit special for everybody, and certainly some of the quality of the sports we've seen today has been outstanding.
How are the boys lining up today? How excited are they to put on a show for Varsity?
Yeah, it's a special moment for some of them. We got a couple of guys who used to maybe this environment with their Buck Super Rugby, but you've got guys out there who probably played third and fourth team rugby as well. So to be able to be out there in front of the Archers crowd and that occasion, and to finish off their year perhaps as a Cardiff Met student out there, it's going to be certainly a special night for them.
And with a lot of these Varsity teams, what we find is that the head coaches allow maybe a coach from a lower team to take charge. Is that going to be happening with the rugby today, or is it still you
we got one lad, Tom Griffiths, who's done a huge amount of work for the club, so he's going to step in, and then Lawrence Weekley and Di Wood, who've done enormous amount of volunteering and work for us over the course of the year. They're going to run the touchline for us today, and hopefully it'll be an enjoyable occasion for everyone.
Fantastic. It's great to see basically everyone getting involved in Varsity. I think that's what the spirit of Varsity is all about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Although we do want to get over the line and hopefully get that win as well. So it looks pretty close on the scoreboard at the moment.
No one wants to be on the losing side today. I mean, come on.
And you mentioned the third years. How emotional has it been for them today? Final years.
Yeah, I think it mixed emotions. If you think we had our last Buck Super Rugby game, then we had our last championship game on Saturday. So it's a lot of emotion across both those games. And again tonight, I'm sure at the end, win or lose, you know what they're like after they've had a few drinks. There'll be a few tears, and but then probably all enjoy themselves in soda tonight.
And is that the word for these Varsity games? Is it more about the fact that players, you just want them to go out there and just enjoy themselves, kind of forget about that competitive element as such, or is it still you want to go out there and you want them to put in a tough performance?
Hopefully, we're trying to create an environment where they're getting to do that in all their games, which is we want people to go out and put a smile on their face. Yes, it's elite level rugby, and we've got opportunities, people going to the top end of the game, but part of university rugby, part of rugby is about enjoying themselves, so they should be doing that every time they go out there. However, we're all competitive animals, two sports universities, we all want to win, don't we? So that's a big part of it as well.
And there's been a question on everybody's lips today. Would you rather have a shower or a bath?
There's only one answer to that one.
And the answer is?
Shower.
Thanks, Danny. Well, best of luck for the game today, and thanks for talking to us. We'll be on the sidelines cheering you on, so
thank
best
you very
of luck.
much.
Thanks, Danny.
Great stuff. Well, there we go.
Special. It's always nice to see Danny on.
Always great. I just have to give you a note out on the netball. Just for now, Cardiff Met have brought things back level in the netball, so it's currently 30-all in this game behind us. Honestly, this one is the game to be at.
Well, they were 6 points down as well.
They were. They brought it back. So I think they listened to my bit of advice. I did say beforehand, apparently, that if we just nullify the kind of feeds and the way they're feeding them in.
Yeah,
I think they took my note on that.
I'm trying to say that you should be the coach of the Cardiff Netball team.
Anyway, let's get a little word from Bath head coach, who is actually ex-Cardiff Met, isn't that right?
Yes, I'm still a student actually. I'm doing a postgrad part-time. Yeah,
You're getting some booze here from Danny Milton.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me with Danny. But yeah, so good to be back.
What's it like to be here back on Varsity on the other side today?
Well, I thought the weather was a bit nicer, but having lived here for 6 years, I kind of expected it. But yeah, it's weird. It's nice to see loads of familiar faces. It's good to see the campus growing a little bit more with like this facility and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really, really good. And funny enough, the guys who are out there now, third years for Cardiff Met, I coached 3 years ago when I was here as freshers. So it's quite cool to see them all get sent off today.
Yeah. So have you got that kind of thing that you want to go out there and beat them? You want to get one up for them? Is that the feeling about this game?
I want the Met to play well. The boys who I coached, but I want Bath Uni to win, of course. Yeah.
So what do you think the crowd hostilities are going to be like? Are you expecting any hostilities from the crowd today or not?
Oh, without a doubt. I think I can only experience it from the Buck Super Rugby stuff when the Met have come over to Bath Uni, and when all the ultras turn up, you can hear the pots and pans from about a mile away, and then they turn up over and they're loud as hell. Yeah, I think, I expect a very, very hostile crowd, but a very, PG crowd, in terms of how they behave. They're very, very good here, so plenty of banter without a doubt.
They're always full of a sing-song, aren't they, this Cardiff Met crowd, to be fair?
Yeah, they are. They are. And again, I don't want to take any sort of credit for it, but a lot of those boys were, they were the songs I started 3-4 years ago.
So what type of Bath team can we expect to see out there today?
Very similar to the Met, like loads of boys who have either been playing up and down all the teams, but are third-year boys, or boys who have kind of helped with the culture, helped with the club, can't play much rugby because of academics. So a very mixed personnel team in terms of where they play, but a team that's going to go out and want to win, a team that's going to go out and want to play a little bit, regardless of the Welsh weather. But yeah, so hopefully a really, really exciting team out there on show today.
And what's the most exciting? What's the best thing about Varsity?
I think it's a little bit special for me because I've been both sides. I just think the crowd, people going to watch different sports, people speaking to different people, like different courses, different experiences they've had, they all come together to ultimately want to win for their university that they represent from an academic as well as a sporting side. So yeah, I think for me that sharing of the experience, meeting new people, it definitely brings a different buzz to a normal Bucks Wednesday, I suppose.
You're right, it's what we've been saying, it's what Varsity's all about. Now, the most important question we're asking all our guests and all the coaches from today is, would you rather shower or bath?
Bath.
Oh, he went there, controversial, he's gone there.
Well, thank you very much, good luck for today, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Oh, so there we go, we've got one shower, one bath.
I was not expecting that, it's so blatantly to come out, I thought he'd say that he enjoyed having a bath and then having a shower straight
just
after.
as well, another quick note on the netball, Net have actually taken the lead, so they're now 1 goal ahead. Yeah. Honestly, I'm telling you, this game is going down to the wire. Got to keep you updated. I'm a huge netball fan, so I'm edging to get on court here.
Alex is a massive netball fan, and I'm a huge cricket fan. And luckily, some of my teammates today played in the Varsity game, and they're going to come and join us and tell us a little bit about it. Cam and Mike, how are we?
Yeah,
going to grab that camera?
Very good.
Share that mic between the two of you. So, we'll share just a little bit about today. How special was Varsity today for you, for both of you?
Oh, I really enjoyed it today. The atmosphere there, particularly so early in the morning, a lot of people turned out. There's a really good amount of noise, a lot of support. Probably made it particularly hard for the Bath boys.
And for you, Mike?
No, it was good fun. Loved it. No, good turnout for everyone. Kickoff Varsity was good fun. Yeah, enjoyed it.
And you had a pretty good day yourself, top scorer today?
Yeah, I didn't have a bad day. No, I hit it pretty well. It was all right. Yeah, it was good.
Have you been celebrating that top score?
Yeah, just a fair bit. Yeah.
Now indoor cricket, I mean, Gav's a massive cricket fan.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I don't know loads and loads about cricket, but just tell me the differences between kind of indoor cricket and then outdoor cricket.
I'll give it a go. Well, a few different rules. So the main one is just a restricted space, and so because of that, you've got the back wall is still 4 and 6 along the ground in the air.
I did wonder how they worked that. I thought, well, you haven't got any boundaries. How'd you get the big scores?
And then extra runs for running. So the aim of the game really ideally is to drop the ball and manipulate the ball a bit rather than smack it. And I think we probably prepared for that perhaps a little better than Bath did.
So was that your tactic today, literally just to smack it?
No, to adjust the ball around and just drop the ball into gaps. And I thought particularly our opening batsman did it very well and set us up for a good score.
Yeah, I said it was an unbelievable performance from both teams today. Both teams coming out with comprehensive wins. Yeah. How good is that, and how important is that to set us up for a season that's just coming around the corner?
Oh no, massively important, I think, because obviously one's going to a pretty competitive Bucks environment this year. Like 6 or 7 games. If we don't win at least 5, we not got a chance to get into the semis. So massive, yeah.
And a word on the women's as well. They obviously had a great result. They won as well today.
Yeah.
That's pretty pleasing for them.
Huge for the women. Yeah, no, it's good. They gave us momentum going into that game, so it was good.
Yeah, so they performed very well again. They did exceptionally well earlier in the year. I think they were 3rd in the national indoors. So they're kind of continuing their success, and hopefully both teams can take it forward into the outdoor season. Yeah,
but what a lot of people don't know is, Cameron, you actually used to go to Bath.
I did.
So what kind of a day was this for you? Did you get a lot of stick from the boys?
Very enjoyable, a little bit, yeah. There were a few faces that I recognised on the Bath team. A few boys who were there as freshers when I was doing my final year. But no, enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra spice to it. But no, I enjoyed it.
Well, are you going to go out and enjoy this rugby finale now? Maybe have a few beers to
Probably,
celebrate you in?
Just 1 or 2. And lastly, boys, we've been asking everybody, would you rather have a shower or a bath?
Big question.
I'd much rather have a shower.
Definitely a shower, mate.
Cheers, boys. Well done.
The right answer.
Have a good day.
Enjoy the rugby, thanks, boys. Well, of rugby. Here
I'm Luke Northmore.
there's a very special rugby player who has just signed for quite a famous club. Actually, before we go to that, I believe that's the end of the third quarter in this one.
Unbelievable.
And it's 37-36 to Cardiff Met. unbelievable comeback by the girls. They're now in the lead going into the final quarter. It's all to play for. Before we have a look at that final quarter, let's find out who that player is that signed for Harlequins.
I'm Luke Northmore. I'm a centre at Cardiff Met RFC. Yeah, I think so. I think that's, I'm definitely not going to stop playing. There's a few things that obviously I can't disclose just as of yet, but about my future and things, which is really exciting, And I've only got Cardiff Met to thank about that, really. So everywhere that I'm going and the things that I'm going to go and achieve now is all down to everyone at Cardiff Met, getting the opportunity as a fresher from Lewis and the coaches there, and then from what Danny and Chris have helped me through my time at Cardiff Met. Di and Chris in S&C, I've completely changed as a bloke, from when I was a little boy that turned up to uni compared to now, and I'm in the best stead now to be, obviously regardless of the injury, but I'm in the best shape and the best condition now to go on and pursue my rugby career, and something that I never thought I'd be able to say, that could be a professional rugby player. It's the dream is coming true, I suppose. That is a difficult one. Yeah.
The one you scored against Cardiff Unity Arms Park, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, which one?
The last one.
The last one, yeah. The actual one.
Yeah, not one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that to be honest, I was relieved when that went over the line, and the relief of knowing that we took the 5 points and things like that. And I suppose in my first year there was like a little flick-up try that I scored, and it managed to go viral, and Martin Williams, etc., were replying to it on Twitter and things. So that was pretty surreal. That I didn't really, it was a massive fluke at the time, but it seems like it's come off to be a real bit of skill. So I'd say that'd probably be up there. Yeah, it wasn't until my first Freshers Fair I went down. I got called up on a Sunday morning at 10 to 9 when Lewis Messer rang me up and said, are you free to come down? The bus leaves in 10 minutes. I said, I just got my kit and left. And then from there, played that first Freshers tournament, and he'd come up to me and said, Danny Milton and Chris Davey want you to go and train with the first and seconds. And I was like, oh my God. You grow up a lot, I suppose, just through uni itself, but then at rugby you realise, you make friends that you have for the rest of your life. You find out how to be a good bloke, the decisions you make, whether they're, you make the right or wrong decision. You do what you think's best, and you've always got boys to enjoy it with. And yeah, I completely agree that it's all about creating good blokes. So there's not one lad in that squad that we play with week in, week out that I wouldn't sit down for a coffee with or go out for a drink with. I'd say Twickenham. I loved every minute of Twickenham, regardless of the result. I'd say Twickenham was my favourite game, and my favourite result was probably Pontypool at home, and we beat them at home after they had won 18 games on the bounce. Turning a team over like that was a pretty special moment. I'm going to have to say Tommy Morgan, because if I don't say this, he'll be mad. He'll be really mad. But no, Tommy's been like a brother to me since I arrived at Cardiff Met. He's done nothing but help me out. He was the lad who took me to hospital last night. He's been there ever since. We're best friends, and we'll be best friends for a long time coming now. So. Got you on the spot there, huh? No, to be honest, I think in terms of rapport and coaching philosophies and the way that we've played at Cardiff Met, I'd say Danny's up there with the best coach I've ever had. In terms of rugby knowledge and just getting the most out of his athletes and making it like the want for boys to turn up and play. I'd say that he's definitely up there. So he'd be mad if I didn't say that as well. So.
I think that's it.
Yeah, nice one.
Thanks a lot, Luke.
No problem at all.
Yeah, hopefully your hand gets better.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, hopefully they pin me up tomorrow and I'll be back at it after that.
Congratulations on signing for the Harlequins. Has it quite sunk in yet?
I think so. It's slowly getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, every time it's mentioned in these, I suppose it all becomes a bit more real. My social media was through the roof for a couple of days, and that was a surreal feeling. And then I guess it's just counting down the days now. So yeah, it is slowly becoming more and more real. It's really exciting.
But more importantly, what do you think this Met team can do to get a win against Bath today?
I think they just got to have a bit of fun. I think play with some style. I think that's the whole point of Varsity. It's a good day. It's a good competition, and I think the boys just got to enjoy it and express themselves. They've got a good side out of a mixed bunch of lads, and a lot of third years out leaving, so I hope they can just enjoy the last time and run out together, and the result will take care of itself.
Sounds like you wish and play in Varsity yourself.
Yeah, I've never experienced a varsity, so I am jealous.
You've never experienced playing?
Never. So yes, but hey, I'm just wishing the best for the boys.
Yeah. And how do you think the Met boys? How did they go about beating Bath today? Because I mean, in the league itself, it's always a tight one between the two teams, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I think it's the same process as really is. Just be really physical. You know, a lot of energy, bags of energy, and just keep playing with their heads up. There's going to be spaces, there's going to be blips in the game, but as long as the boys keep their heads up and keep playing rugby, I think that the result, will be fine on our side.
And finally, the most important question: would you rather have a shower or a bath?
I love a shower, mate. I love a shower.
Top man, thanks very much for having us, Luke.
Yeah, thanks very much, Luke, and best luck for the game. To be fair, we've had the right answers off everyone today.
We have.
I mean, everyone's going for the right
Everyone's
side.
saying it, but as we're saying, the rugby's just about to get ready. So let's go to our commentary team: Greg Kane and Sam Butcher. Good luck.
Against Bath Uni in Varsity, and there was absolutely loads of people up here to watch this. The crowd is absolutely fantastic. I can barely hear myself think, to be honest. The Bath players just came out to an absolute wall of noise. The Archers fans are here in massive numbers, and Bath have travelled really well as well. So the teams, we're going to go first to Bath. So we've got Cave at prop, Shahala at hooker, and Hay in the front row. Also got Dan Thomas at 8 and Ben Morris lying up at outside half. The back three is made of Jay Bullock, Josh Rogers and Will Kelly. 25-man squad for Bath, trying to give as many thirdies as possible some last minutes in that shirt before graduation. And the Archers line up with that regular front three: Dan Kennett, Jack Samuel and Harry Seward making up the front row. Eddie Bolocco, the Italian stallion, at number 5. And then they've got Laurie Essenhigh, Harry Johnston at half-back, with Jack Wright, Don McKenzie in the centre and Tom Benjamin lining up at full-back. So it's been an absolutely fantastic day of sport so far here at Kincoid. We will keep you updated on those scores as they come in, with most games haven't already been played. Just the netball drawing to a close now. A really tight game between those two sides. But as always, the rugby is the showpiece event of the day. And everyone here is easily the biggest crowd of the day so far. I'm joined by co-commentator Sam Butcher. Sam, how have you found the day so far?
Oh, it's been incredible. I'm going to be honest, I've never actually seen a varsity like it. I think it's been an incredibly well hosted day. It's been extremely well organised, and I feel like the rugby's just here to top it off.
Yeah. We've been quite lucky actually. The weather has been awful today. We had heavy hailstorm during the football earlier on, but it's cleared up nicely now for what should be a really entertaining game between two top university sides. Bath in yellow and blue playing from left to right, and they're the ones with the ball in these opening exchanges, the all-important opening exchanges between these two sides. Oh, it's gone to the ground. Jack Wright chips over. In the opportunity, it's Jack Wright! Jack Wright scores for Cardiff Nets! It's 5-0 with less than a minute on the board. They could not have asked for a better start here at Kincoid campus.
I mean, that's just poor hands. I was literally just about to ask you how both teams are going to deal with the weather, and that is the one way of not. That's how you don't do it effectively. I mean, he's just absolutely thrown a pass to nobody there. I mean, it's relatively easy, gifted try to Cardiff Met, but I'm sure we'll take it. We'll take it on the chin and take the 5 points, if not 7 here.
Yeah, really good play from Jack Wright there. He took the opportunity well. It was put on a plate for him, really, from Bath. The ball came to the floor and he did really, really well to just chip it over the head of the Bath man and collect it and score. Lovely play from Jack Wright there. And now Harry Johnston will look to add the extras and make it a 7-point game with less than 2 minutes on the clock. Great start for Cardiff Met.
Greg, I'm not sure about you, but have you ever seen an atmosphere like this for a university rugby game in your life?
Literally never. I mean, we've been here all season covering these games and the crowds have been fantastic. Harry Johnston sends that conversion just wide. But yeah, the crowds have been great all season. There's a really good culture up here of the whole rugby club coming out to support, as well as the people who live on campus. But yeah, I've never seen anything like this for a university game. It's outstanding. And now Ben Morris for Bath sends it up high. Oh, knock on there from from Rhys Geely.
Slightly maybe off the leg there, Greg?
I wasn't off the knee. So Bath have the ball, but no scrum advantage there. Good carry from Austin Hay. Finds his man Morris again. Good early defence from Cardiff Met against the first real passage of possession for Bath. And they are making some yards here. That's good play from Brandon Bellarmin, rolling into the Cardiff Met 22 as Hymns and Arias starts ringing around Kincoid. Looked to be an illegal clear out, and it was. Went in the side there, off his feet as well. And the ref awards the penalty to Cardiff Met and gives Johnston an opportunity to relieve the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got so many people here watching and it's such a good atmosphere, I think you've got to try and calm yourself down a little bit, stay a little bit composed, and just make sure you don't give away stupid penalties like that. Bath making a lot of ground, and just an unnecessary penalty for Bath there.
So Owen Midder of Bath University is here. Worst possible start for Bath?
Yeah, it's not really a great start at all, is it? I mean, I've been following Bath Rugby the last few weeks, and we've had a good few weeks. Come through to the Bucks Championship semi-finals, unlucky to lose against Hartpury, and it's a bit of a change side tonight, which I think has played into Cardiff Met's hands so far. But yeah, disastrous start overall.
Owen, can I ask you a quick question? Where do you think some of your strengths lie this evening, or where do you think you're going to kind of put the pressure on Cardiff Met?
The big winner for us is the driving line out. Watch any penalties we get anywhere on the pitch. Watch some kick for the corner and a driving line out. And watch the quarter-final we played against Durham for the Bucks Championship. I think we scored 8 or 9 tries in total, 6 of which came off the driving line out.
Yeah.
So it's a huge strength for Bath. They really like to get it in tight and push it over the line.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you very much, Owen. First scrum of the game here, and a big one for both sides. Inside Cardiff Met's half. Will Stride will feed the ball in.
It's first real test for the forwards here, Greg.
Good shove. It looked to be a good shove from Cardiff Met, but the free kick's gone Bath's way. Oh, and it was nearly a really clever offload from Dan Thomas. Ended up going to ground. And Tom Benjamin puts boot to ball with a nice spiral kick. Taken well by Josh Rogers. Clever feet from Will Kelly, gets away from his man, gets away from Boloko as well, and finds George Cave, who had a bit of space, but as a prop forward was never going to do too much with it. Oh, big collision there. Morris sends it downfield towards Johnston, to Benjamin. Looks up, sees the space. Will Kelly tries a little chip, but it's straight down the throat of Jack Samuel. And he'll set up now for Cardiff Met.
I think both teams have got to be a little bit wary of those kicks, especially bouncing off the floor. It's going to be slipping and sliding all over the place. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few mishandles in the air, especially.
Another early penalty for Bath. Holding on in the tackle. And they'll look to send this as deep as possible and try and get that rolling maul going that Owen was referring to. Not the best of kicks, mind. They've only gained about 20 metres.
I mean, it's been a really, really good defensive start from Cardiff Met so far, I think. Don't think there's been many missed tackles, to be honest. It's been pretty solid, very, very solid. I'm sure Danny will be pretty pleased.
Sent in from Luke Trahala. Nice clean line out for Bath. Morris to Thomas. Good low tackle there from Johnston round the ankles of his man. Hint of offside there from the Archers defence. And the grubber kick takes Bath up to just outside the 22 metres. And a defensive line out now for Cardiff Met, who will look to clear their lines.
Yeah, 37, 36, 4 minutes left.
Update from the netball, Bath currently lead 37-36 in the final quarter. We'll keep you updated on that. It's happening right behind us actually, and it looks dramatic.
You can hear all sorts of cheering coming from the Archers arena.
To the back, nice throw from Jack Samuel. And it could be on the blind side. That's really nice play from Essen High. Bringing Cardiff Met up into the opposition half. Johnston. Oh, it was a flat ball knocked on, and that is a missed opportunity for Cardiff Met. .47 all now on the netball with just 2 minutes remaining. Clawing back a 6-point deficit. Oh, and that's a good tackle on the big man, Austin Hay. Like Sam alluded to earlier, good defensive shift so far from Cardiff Met. Bath struggling to make any real headway. And it's going to take something special to break down this Archers defence tonight.
Greg, I don't think you can actually make this up. I mean, you've got the netball going on behind us, you've got the rugby in front, and throughout the whole day of Varsity, it's pretty much come down to these two games to ultimately decide who the winner is going to be here today. I mean, yeah, honestly, you can't make this stuff up. It's been an absolutely incredible day.
Absolutely brilliant. And exactly what you need, really, on days like this. Every game has been meaningful. Everyone's put absolutely everything into it. Minute to go now on the netball, still 48 all. And it's looking like this rugby game could decide the outcome of the 2019, sorry.
We're just trying to get some live updates from the netball behind us, because I mean there is all sorts of noise. We're out on the rugby pitch, and the noise from the netball is almost kind of drowning us out. It's that hectic inside.
Every single pass is being cheered madly in there at the moment. But anyway, here we go. Bath have an opportunity now to get that rolling ball going.
Yeah, Greg, this is what Owen was talking about earlier on. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can stay true to their word and work that rolling ball.
And they are building it. It is nicely done. And it's at the back with Luke Trahala. Full time at the netball, 48 all. As Bath roll towards the line. Trahala makes a dart for it, but he's brought down just short. Great defence though from Cardiff Met. And it was a knock-on from Bath, so it'll be a scrum 5 metres out. And they've resisted that early drive.
The work rate from Essen High there to take down the breakaway ball was unbelievable. I thought that was pretty sure to be a try, but yeah, I mean some great defence from Cardiff Met. Definitely been working on that behind the scenes. I think, yeah, great defensive job. Great defensive job.
Important scrum then for Cardiff Met. They'll be put under big pressure here. Bath will surely look to get the shove on and force an error when Cardiff Met try to exit. But that's a solid scrum from the Archers. Oh, nice carry and offload there to Jack Wright from the captain, Harvey Scott. Essen High. Mackenzie clears. And that's a lovely kick. Bouncing just before going into touch. Bringing the Archers up to just inside their own half.
I think that's some of the first bit of pressure Bath put on Met. They've dealt with it very, very well actually, and got themselves onto the halfway line from what was a very, very close try for Bath. So.
Yeah, and that will give them a huge amount of confidence going forward as well, because they know that they can repel that rolling more. Jack Morgan thought he had an opportunity there to have a little counter up, but Bath still hold on to it. Charlie Stacey makes a few important yards. Then we've got Austin Hay. Another little carry, but again, Bath struggling to make any yards. Great defence again from Cardiff Met, and it's gone to ground, and they will have the scrum. Really good defensive pressure again, Sam.
Yeah, Bath seem to have had a lot of the possession, just not really converting that into any points at the moment. They kind of, whenever they seem to get a little bit of momentum, it kind of seems to get shot down a little bit by the defensive Met. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out, because I'd like to see Cardiff Met with a little bit more ball actually, and see what they can do with it.
And it's something that Cardiff Met do pride themselves on, that solid defence. Despite that in different ends of the season, where they went on that poor losing run, this is a great opportunity for them to get something positive out of the end of this season. Bath, of course, got a semi-final in Box Super Rugby to look forward to. Didn't quite work out for Cardiff Met. Out the back to Johnston. Opportunity here for Cardiff Met. They do have numbers. Good footwork from Benjamin. Takes it in. Wrapped up by 3 Bath defenders. Oh, and that's a good hit there on Heathman from Brandon Bellarmin. Ooh. And that has gone forward from Cardiff Met. It has been an error-strewn opening 15 minutes, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, we commented on it in the first couple of minutes, didn't we? We asked, or we questioned how it was going to pan out with distribution of the ball under the wet conditions. Both teams seem to be suffering a little bit with the long passes. It's almost when they're kind of going into tackles and trying to gather the ball that they're getting hit at the same time and just losing a little bit of grip and knocking it on. Both teams making some small mistakes here.
And that intensity in defence, as impressive it is at this level, is not sustainable for 80 minutes. So hopefully as the game goes on, the pitch is still in really good condition despite the game that was on it before and the adverse weather conditions. So we should see some running rugby as the game progresses. So there has been an update. The final score is 48-all, we can confirm, in the netball. I'm here with Alex Richards, who watched the whole thing. Alex, how exciting was that game?
Oh, it was phenomenal. Honestly, I have to admit, one of the best games of netball and university netball I've seen in a long, long time. I mean, Met were 6 goals down at one point, so to bring it back, I mean, those final 2 quarters from the girls was just brilliant, and the defensive play from both teams was just phenomenal. I mean, Karis Allen then in that last quarter, the number of rebounds she got under that post to make sure that Met kept in touch with Bath, just absolutely phenomenal. Like you say, yeah, 48-all, and the crowd in there, these Varsity crowds have been fantastic. I mean, the crowd down here at the rugby's huge.
Absolutely amazing, and to be fair, it's been like this throughout the day. To give people at home some context of the kind of standard of the players, what kind of level do a lot of those players play at?
I mean, so you've got a lot of those girls there that will have represented Wales at under 17s and under 21, and a lot of them pushing for the senior squad. You also had Lydia Hitchens out there playing for Cardiff Met. She actually plays, she's in the Celtic Dragon squad this season, which for people that don't know, the Wales' only Netball Super League franchise, which is kind of the top level of netball in the UK. And Bath also, I mean, they've got several representatives that play in the Netball Super League for Team Bath. So, I mean, the standard of the game and the players out there was tough, which is why I think you see, especially not just in netball, but in all kind of university sports teams, people pushing for positions. I mean, it's the same with Luke Mortimer having signed for the Harlequins. University sport is where they look to sign these new players and the young talent coming through.
Thank you very much for that, Alex. And I have to agree, actually, that it's becoming more and more prevalent as the years pass that these top teams will look more and more to the universities to get their players. In America, they've been doing it for years, and it's about time, really, that they start looking at this level, because the standard of rugby and the standard of all the sports today has been fantastic. And particularly with the rugby, there was obviously Alex Dombrandt, Cardiff Met last season. He's now playing for the Harlequins. Luke Northmore, centre. He's just signed this season. And you've got Aaron Wainwright as well, playing for the Dragons and Wales.
Yeah, Greg, the talent pool here at Cardiff Met is something to be admired. Danny Milton's doing an absolutely incredible job with the rugby programme here. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Bath with a bit more possession. They try that little dink again, and this time it does come off for them.
Greg, they're liking that little chip over the top. I've seen that 2 or 3 times now.
And with this hard pitch as well, it could bobble a bit funny for the Cardiff Met players. It's definitely a tactic that's worth trying. Morris in at scrum half there, covering for Stride, who now laboriously, it must be said, makes his way towards the ruck. Cardiff Met line holding solid again. Oh, that's fantastic line speed.
Greg, once again, the defence is just... Bath is struggling to really kind of break down this defence.
Oh, that's a lovely step. Oh, and he nearly got away there. Rhys Keeley. And Tom Benjamin and Josh Rogers come to blows there. With this kind of atmosphere, it was always going to bubble over. And the ref will now have a word with the naughty boys and tell them to just calm down a little bit.
That was an interesting one, actually. I mean, kind of both players didn't really want to do anything, but the crowd's kind of still spurring them on. Yeah, I mean, referee's just going to have a word here, tell him to calm it down. It's quite easy to get a little bit hot-headed, especially in front of a crowd like this, so referee just needs to keep control of the game. He's doing that very well so far.
Yeah, I think Benjamin felt he had to give him a shove and then get away as quickly as he could.
Yeah. So, Greg, we're actually joined here by Gavin Donald, who's going to be joining us in the second half on comms, going to be taking over my position. Gav, thoughts on the game so far?
That's been great. I think there's been a lot of physicality, a little bit too many ball handling errors, but that's understandable with the wet. But our forwards are certainly dominating their pack, and the 14 just getting a bit of argy-bargy with Tom Benjamin, probably because he hasn't touched the ball or done anything all game. So that's probably why he got a little bit feisty there. But no, it's been a good start. Jack Wright, reliable as ever, but it's nice to see some of the older boys getting their last game. Eddie Boloko, 72 caps, final one today, and can't wait for YY Jack Arthur to ring out when he comes on later on.
The wise words of Gavin Donald, never get bored of them.
Opportunity for Bath. There was a bit of space out wide there, but really well cut out by Tom Benjamin. Bath on the halfway line, where they have spent a lot of this first half so far camped, struggling to break down the maroon wall of the Cardiff Met defenders.
Just starting to spit here, I think, Greg. Although there are blue skies up above, so...
Hopefully it won't be like anything we've seen so far today. It stays light. For the sake of the crowd, we want to see some entertaining rugby on show. I was down here actually on Saturday. Cardiff met against Pontypool, and that was an absolutely fantastic game of rugby. The weather was perfect for it. The pitch was rock solid, and each team was just running back and forth, back and forth. Pontypool actually had the league title on the line, and it took a 78th minute drop goal to win the game, 41 points to 40. So if we have anything close to that in level of entertainment, I think this crowd will be happy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy at the moment, and it's only 5-0. So I mean, got a lot to look forward to, though. A lot to look forward to.
Good defence again from Cardiff Met, keeping this Bath attack subdued. Dan Thomas, who has been a threat with his carrying, making a few yards for Bath. And they've got the penalty for what appears to be not releasing in the tackle. Or potentially high, actually.
Rare mistake there from Cardiff Met defence. Been absolutely really solid so far.
The penalty count will be something that they'll be concerned about. They're not giving them away in very dangerous areas, and it must be said as well that their kicking to touch hasn't been great. But they have got to be careful, because if they do concede any kickable penalties, or in areas where they can kick to the corner and put some pressure on, they might start leaking some points.
Yeah, I mean, with Cardiff Met are 5-0 up, but I mean, they haven't actually showed that much promise of the ball. I mean, they barely had any, to be honest. It's just been mostly Bath and Cardiff Met defending, but it's been interesting so far.
Opportunity again now for a Bath error. Here goes Johnston, but well cleared up by Morris to deprive Johnston of what will certainly be a try, and that's a really clever kick from him. Here goes Morris. Well taken down though by Declan Hadley. Oh, but Bath are going to score. It's Josh Lilly, and that is a sucker blow for what was a really good bit of defensive play from Cardiff Met. It took a bit of maverick play from Morris with that little chip over the top, and you have to say really that Bath have deserved that try based on the possession they've had.
Yeah, I mean, that try all came from Morris and that little chip. Just took a little bit of magic to break the defence of Cardiff Met, and I mean, backed up there by his forwards. But I mean, yeah, once again, superb for Morris. I think he almost deserves that try himself, to be honest.
Will Kelly then on kicking duties, and he puts Bath in the lead, 7-5. 25 minutes gone here at Kincoid campus. Bath lead Cardiff Met 7 points to 5. And we did say earlier on in the game that it would take a moment of magic really from this Bath attack to break down the Cardiff Met defence, and I think that is the way they're going to have to go. Those clever little chips over the top in broken field play.
Yeah, I mean, they have tried it quite a few times actually, Greg. Giving the ball away again. Another
opportunity. You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to offload out of the tackle, but it's just not quite coming off for them at the moment. And that might have been a good opportunity actually, after having just conceded a try, to just build a few phases in Bath 22, because although they've scored that early try, they haven't actually done that for the whole game yet.
I'd like to see Cardiff Met just hold on to the ball a little bit more, go through the phases, stop trying to force those offloads and actually structure some play together. We haven't really seen it so far. They kind of get one or two passes together, and then it seems to be a knock-on or an interception or something like that. So nice little bit of composure from Cardiff Met would be nice to see.
And I think they do have these big ball carriers as well that can cause damage, but they haven't really had much opportunity. Like this man, Jack Wright. Another good carry from him, breaks through the tackle, and that is what he does and what he will do this entire game if given the opportunity. Just overran there from Benjamin and leading Harry Johnston to be wrapped up by the Bath defence. But Cardiff Met go on. Rhys Geelian at first receiver there. tries to dance his way through. Harvey Scott, and this is what Cardiff Met needed now. A bit of concerted pressure, a few phases to try and make something happen. Scott just about holds on to it. Really good hands there from the big number 8. Captain in the side today. Essen High sees an opportunity. Remonstrates with the ref for being touched off the ball, but not given. Oh, and that's a good chase, and they could be in trouble here. But he led with his elbow.
I don't know, not entirely sure. Yeah, I think that was a no-arm tackle here, but surely he plays advantage there.
He seemed to take the ball nicely and then led with his forearm on Benjamin, but I think he's given a scrum.
Not entirely sure who. Is Cardiff Netball?
Sorry, knock on. The back knock on.
It's gone to Cardiff Met with a knock on, I believe. So Cardiff Met will have the ball just here on the 10-metre line inside their own half.
Well, we're hearing it was a Bath knock on. Must have missed that. There is a big floodlight right in our way. To be fair,
I'm not actually entirely. To be honest, I thought that was a no-arm tackle. Kind of went in with the elbow, but he's brought it back for a knock-on. So I'm sure Cardiff Met will be happy with that one.
Yeah, they'll be relieved. Looked certainly to be another Bath try from that kick as well. And they've got the penalty at scrum time. Cardiff Met setting a marker there. Austin Hay, the man who looks to have been penalised by the referee. And Johnston brings Cardiff Met up to the 10-metre line in Bath's half. And another opportunity to go through the phases. Oh, but the line out goes to ground from Cardiff Met. But they get the penalty, and this could be kickable. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. Whether it's within Johnston's range or not.
Essen High getting very excited there, taking the ball very, very quickly. Referee not agreeing.
And they will go to the corner. Cardiff Met will be making some subs imminently. But I think we're just going to see this line out first. Boloko takes. And now Cardiff Met have an opportunity to get the rolling ball going themselves. And a big chance here! Jack Samuel has scored for Cardiff Met! Breakaway down that blind side after the rolling ball, finished in the corner. Austin Hay remonstrates with the referee, but he's not having any of it. And Cardiff Met retake the lead, it's 10-7.
That was such a sneaky try. I don't think half the crowd saw it, to be honest. I mean, didn't hear a cheer from anybody.
It's been a long day of drinking, to be fair. I'm not sure they even know what's happening.
Everybody's probably half asleep by now, but great try, Cardiff Met. Great try.
And we will have some subs coming on now. Akeem Anderson, Ewan Humphreys, Tom Douglas, and Ollie Beer are coming on.
Some very, very early substitutions.
I think they're trying to give everyone a bit of game time here on what is a lot of players' final game for the university.
Is there a limit on subs today, or
I think both sides have big squads. Cardiff Met have 26 and Bath have 25. So I think they're just going to look.
They're going to make the most of them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Johnston lands it this time. It's 12-7 to Cardiff Met as he gives a little shush to the crowd. An important score in the context of this game coming up to half time.
Be interesting to see how Bath respond to this one with 7 minutes left on the clock.
Bolocco makes a little break. The Italian stallion there, showing why he's so highly rated in Wales. Johnston sends one high up in the air. Oh, nearly collected it. But instead it's in Bath hands. There you go for another clever kick. And Bath come out with possession. Cardiff Met just going for that strip in the tackle that they like to do. Not quite coming off. Oh, an interception from Johnston! And Harry Johnston will surely cross under the posts. A third try for Cardiff Met. You would have to say another gift. But he did so well there to read the pass. Cardiff Met now lead by 17 points to 7.
I mean, that was ultimately gifted to him, wasn't it? Huge pass being thrown, almost floated in the air. Felt like a century, and just got himself on the end of that, straight under the post.
Quite unnecessary risk there, really. And you could see it was telegrammed, and Johnston sniffed it out. But he still had a lot to do to outrun Morris, who looked to be closing the gap on him. And he did really well there to dive under the posts. Yeah, and he will surely now have the extras.
Bath seemed to just be kind of maybe forcing it a little bit too much. They were doing quite well in the first 20 minutes. You know, they had a lot of the ball. Yeah, okay, they had a few unforced errors, but they held on to it well, and ultimately got themselves some points. But seems like they're just forcing it a little bit too much. Strange kick actually there, Greg.
It was a strange one.
Not entirely sure what happened.
I think I cursed him slightly, saying that he'll surely get the conversion in front of the posts. Clipped the crossbar as it went over, but they all count. Cardiff Met stretch their lead to 12. It's 19-7. Sent up high from Kelly, straight towards Bolocco. Stopped in his tracks this time. Good hands again from Scott. Don't want any silly risks taken here inside their own 22, especially after scoring that try. And now Tom Benjamin made the angle hard that he needed to there, actually. He probably should have just kicked it straight off the field, tried to beat his man. And that's led to his kick not being as long as perhaps it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, with that one there, they went to Benjamin. They probably should have gone to Johnson, to be honest. He was in a much better position with a better angle. Maybe just some split-second decision-making, letting Cardiff Met down there.
Good carrying again there from the number 8, Dan Thomas. Clever inside ball, but it was really well read there. Nice offload out the tackle. Cardiff Met managed to win it back close to the touchline. Oh, Austin Hay tried to put the big hit in there. Did manage to dislodge the ball. Cardiff Met hold on to it. And it was a knock-on.
Just got over 3 minutes left on the clock. It's going to be interesting to see if see what all the what both teams are going to do here, actually, how they play this one out, because Bath have got some points they need to make up.
I think you'd certainly say that Cardiff Met would have taken this, actually, on the balance of play. It's been based really on a solid defensive effort and taken advantage of errors.
Greg, I was going to mention, I didn't want to say anything, but when Johnson went for that kick over the post, and it was a bit of a questionable one, he did kind of jog back with a little bit of a limp. I did notice. Didn't want to say anything, but he is down at the moment with a slight injury. Seems to be putting some ice on his knee.
He has had his problems in the past. Had a few layoffs this season, but he won't be wanting to miss this one. Looks like he will be okay to play on, Harry Johnston. Bit of the magic sponge will set him right. And now Bath will look to take something into half time. And they win the penalty this time, and they tap and go. Oh, big hit put in by Harvey Scott. Another big hit takes Bath back the 10 metres they gained from that penalty. And they might be ruining that decision not to kick the touch, especially now they've lost it. Jack Bright has a chance. A hard man to stop once he gets going. Another pass to ground. Benjamin this time clears up. And another long kick to relieve the pressure.
Oh, great tackle.
Really good tackle. Textbook. The coach should be pleased with that one. Oh, he was looking for the offload and he managed to get it. Oh, and if he had got it out of his hands there, Bath could have been looking at grabbing a try just before half time. And now they got the penalty advantage. Here's Hay. Looked a bit high there from Jack Wright. Ref waves play on. There was a punch thrown there by the prop Austin Hay, but they play on. And Cardiff Met are now falling off these tackles. And they have got there! Bath have scored! And they have got one just on the stroke of half time. And Cardiff Met will feel aggrieved with that one. It did look from here to be a few punches thrown by that man Austin Hay. But the try looks to have been given.
I think Cardiff Met have kind of got themselves to blame there. I mean, I think about 2 or 3 players were more interested in the number 3 from Bath and getting involved, and just let that try slip through. Be a little bit wary of that, maybe.
They were just falling off those tackles, whereas in the first 35 minutes, they've been hitting them on that gain line and pushing them back. But once Bath had that momentum, they found it hard to stop. Will Kelly there trying to get a few extra metres in to make the kick slightly easier, but the ref having none of it. And if he wants those extra 2 points, he is going to have to land them from inside this channel on the right hand side. This side of the pitch does favour the left-footed Kelly. Massive noise from the Cardiff Met crowd but he looks to have nailed it. That is a fantastic kick. He waves to the crowd, and that is half-time. Cardiff Met 19, Bath 14.
Well, disappointing end to that first half of Cardiff Met, wasn't it, there to concede that try. Great kick from the Bath, number 10.
Unbelievable kick, but I'm not sure it's the best idea to be antagonising the crowd like that. There's a lot of Archers faithful out here at the moment, and I think that they're going to remember that in the second half, should we say. So I think that there might be a few choice words for the young man there. But yeah, good first half, good carry, and I think a bit more ball handling errors than Cardiff Met would have wanted. Maybe because of the slippery grass, but maybe because of the nature, getting to a couple of the boys, a lot of the team not used to playing on a stage as big as this in front of this many people. So
yeah, and it's a mixed team out there today. So Varsity is all about that, so allowing kind of different players to come together and play in different combinations. But like you say, the weather I don't think has helped today. The pitch not in the best condition. Two great tries though from Cardiff Met. It has to be said, they are making a spectacle for Varsity.
3 good tries.
But I was thinking 3 good tries. I was thinking, thinking positive for Met. We're here on Kickoff Campus, celebrating positive Cardiff Met. That's what I was thinking of, Gav.
Come on, Alex. Yeah, Scragg going over. Nice to see him getting the game and going over. And so I think Jack Arthur's going to be making an appearance in the second half. So that's going to G up the crowd, I think. But Scragg playing really well at the moment.
And this crowd, I tell you what, they are certainly helping. I mean, we're giving Bath a run for their money, I think, on this old Varsity business, because this crowd here at the Rugby and all around. I mean, in the Netball earlier as well, they've been amazing. Also, I mean, I have to say once again, I'm only just getting my breath back after that netball match. I have to tell you how it finished, because we threw to commentary for the Rugby just before that. Well, it finished in a draw, so it was 48 all in the end. Unbelievable finish to a game, considering Met was 6 goals down. Honestly, I've never seen a netball game like it, especially at university level. Absolutely fantastic.
Incredible. And the noise from in there was coupled with the noise out here was just fantastic.
I was jumping
she
by
was
the end.
absolutely
honestly, there was the last few seconds, I was shouting and screaming for Met to just lob it in down the other end of the court to get that winning goal. They couldn't quite do it, but I mean, great. Honestly, a great show for the fans here at the Varsity.
Well, we're going to be lucky enough to be joined by one of the Bath gentlemen, Matt. How are we doing? How do you find that first half?
Oh, the first half was just enthralling. I mean, both teams seemed to move the ball around quite a bit. There were quite a few knock-ons from both sides. I'd say that Cardiff Met are living off a little bit of Bath scraps at the minute. 1 intercept try and also 1 hack-off try from a poor pass from Bath within the first 5 minutes. Having said that, though, it was very, very good to see that Bath were able to then come back into the last 5 minutes of that game, and it's just great show from both sides, really. You know, this is the final fixture of Varsity 2019, and it's just great to see both sides having a crack at it.
And how key do you think will that try be, the try from Bath at the end of that first half then? How key do you think that'll be in terms of mentally for them now, going into this break and then going into that second half and getting back into the game?
For any team, it's absolutely massive. The last 10 minutes of the first half and the first 10 minutes of the second half are always very, very key moments. I just think, personally, that Bath are kind of on the roll in the last 10 minutes or so, and I reckon that if they were to get another early score on the doors, even if it is just a penalty, the momentum still could carry on. However, Cardiff Met, you guys have got some big lumps of lads out there, and like Jack Wright, for instance, the inside centre, he's a very, very good carrier, and obviously Harry Johnson, who's very alert to the situation at fly half, and like Max Lauday for Bath, the outside flanker, he was able to just power over with 5 would-be tacklers. And
brilliant carry.
Yeah, brilliant carry from him. So
and it's a great contest out there and a great spectacle, isn't it, between the two teams for all these fans that have come down to watch for Varsity.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we've at least got 2,000, a mixture of blue and gold and of burgundy, and it's just great to see both universities coming together for this spectacular occasion more than anything else. And I mean, just a quick word from the SU media, from the University of Bath. We just want to say a massive thank you to you guys for making us feel extremely welcome for Varsity 2019.
Well, I'm sure we'll be there next year joining you guys. So I think it'll work both ways in that respect. But yeah, no, thanks to you guys as well.
No,
thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So wonderful here, as you said, the blue and gold and the maroon getting along really nicely.
We are, very nice. That's the way. It's a spirit of sport, though, isn't it? It does bring people together. Let's have a quick look at some of the results from other Varsity matches that we've had throughout the day as well, though. It started well this morning with the basketball. You were down at the wheelchair basketball presenting on that. Great start today,
wasn't it? It was a great start today, and really a dominating performance. But I think there was, credit to Bath. Bath had never really had a game before, so it was to them to only be down by a couple of points, well, not a couple of points, about 25 points, 30 points, was a testament to themselves. But we're having our the crowd getting into this.
Rowdy crowd.
But I said, having a GB athlete in that really helped, and he really got the crowd going and really set the tone today. And as I said, it's been a really equal mix. I think it's very close at the moment.
I think it is very close. I'm just going to round you up there, Gav, actually, because I think they're just about ready to start behind us. So we're now going to hand back over to our commentary team of Greg and Sam.
Thank you very much, Alex and Gav. Another quality halftime show from those two. Gruesome, twosome.
Yeah, actually, so Alex.
And now we're back. Oh, sorry.
No, Alex just passed it over to me, but I'm actually going to be leaving comms, and Gav's going to be taken over. I might have a word or two to say from the wise words of Sam Butcher, I'm sure. But over to you, Gav.
Go and get yourself a well-earned beer, Mr. Butcher. You've deserved it, put a lot of hard work in today, but Greg, it's nice to be back at the comms box beside you, my big Welsh friend.
Nice to have you back, Gavlar. And you've joined at a great time, a 5-point game in the second half between Cardiff Met and Bath. Two old rivals.
Benjamin giving away a silly penalty there. Johnson just not retreating there behind the kicker, and that was a really nice look from Benjamin there. A little dink over the top, and I like to see that.
Yeah, they've been trying that a lot. Both sides have. It's paid off for Bath. But these silly penalties, I said it in the first half, they will be worrying Cardiff Met, because it gives them a great opportunity, and that is a lovely kick from Kelly. And that puts Bath now in a great position to get the famed rolling maul going that was built up so much in that first half. Has got one try on the board for Bath. And I must admit now that our viewpoint when the ball is in this area of the pitch isn't the best, but we will do our best to describe what's happening for you. And it's well taken, and they do get the rolling maul going.
It's well set. They've got a good base here, and they're rolling forward.
Luke Trahallo with the ball at the back. They keep going forward again, but Cardiff Met have done well to just stop it in its tracks at the moment. And they get that second shove on. And they have got the try!
Wow.
Bath have scored early in this second half to bring them on level terms with Cardiff Met. It's now 19-all. You can see what it means to the Bath boys. Austin Hay in particular enjoying that one. He's making himself into a bit of a pantomime villain here at Kincoid. The fans have not taken to him in the slightest.
Austin Hay's last game as well for Bath today, and a lot of the boys in Varsity having the last game today, but that's not the start that Cardiff Met would have wanted. They would have talked about coming out the blocks really quickly, and I think the big man Austin Hay has come out with the try there. So it's a tough kick for Kelly. He's already made himself another pantomime villain by egging on the crowd just before half time, so as a neutral, let's hope he misses it.
It is what it's all about, though. Wouldn't be the same without the theatrics.
It's a great strike.
And he's kicked it perfectly through the posts. He has been in fine kicking form so far, and he edges Bath into the lead. It's now 21-19 to the away side.
So that's such a hammer blow at the start of the first half. The boys are going to be really disappointed with that. It's a simple thing, get the ball off the top of the line out and defend them all. Nobody in there to sack the man, and unfortunately they roll over.
And the discipline is coming back to bite them. You would have to say that Cardiff Met would be slightly more comfortable without these silly penalties being given away.
Yep. Big carry from Boloko.
Johnston to Wright. Good carry again from Wright. Lovely offload out the back door. Benjamin looks to put the little grubber kick down the line, but it's touched down by Will Kelly for a 22 dropout.
Benjamin getting involved in the second half, putting two dinks through that one, not weighted as well as the first one, but certainly trying to get himself involved. And that man Jack right there again, showing all his skills. Big carry in the centre, and then a nice flick out the back door to his centre partner.
Johnston collects the kick nicely. Thinks about going himself, but finds Benjamin.
Harvey Scott nailed and loses the ball there. Dangerous position for Bath. Forward pass. Not spotted by the linesman or the referee.
It did look forward. And they're putting pressure on, but well covered by Johnston. Gets it down. And we'll go back for the 22-metre dropout. But again, another clever kick in behind that Cardiff Met had to be really focused to clear up.
But even then, more than a hint of forward pass from Will Stride there, but the referee and the linesman not up with play, unfortunately, and couldn't see that. But that's a good opportunity squandered, and the man on the right wing, Rogers, really looks like he's got a pair of wheels behind him. Cardiff Met just need to settle here. Get some forward, get some phases.
Johnston opts for the long dropout. Straight down to Ben Morris. Swings a long pass out there. But he's hit well on the halfway line. Hay. Out the back to Morris.
Hint of forward pass again there, but not called by anybody.
Trahala took it well.
Interesting, the Met aren't committing any men to the rucks, it seems, the second half, Greg.
They're backing themselves in defence like they have done for this entire game. Cardiff Met lucky there to not concede a penalty. And they get one awarded themselves.
Brilliant play from that man, Harvey Scott. Last time we watched him, we came to play, he was man of the match, and that was brilliant straight over the top of the ball there.
And now Tom Benjamin will look to put one in the corner and give Cardiff Met an opportunity to retake the lead.
Not as far down as these would like, but there's still a wonderful attacking position for the Cardiff Met forwards. Maybe a pick and drive, maybe a more of themselves this time round. Eddie Baloko loving to get on the score sheet in his 72nd and final appearance for the Archers.
And that was the last action for Harry Johnston. He has gone off to be replaced by Elliot Murphy. Alex March throws in a looping ball, and they looked to do a set piece move, didn't quite come off, but they could have an opportunity here. They're not far out now. Harvey Scott. Great carry from him again. And they go around the corner, it's a bit slow now. And a good chop tackle. A hint of no arms, but they hold on to it. Jack Wright boshes his way through. That is wonderful from Jack Wright. Boshed his way through from close range. There was no stopping him from there.
I said when you pick a line like that against the grain, it's so hard to stop, and coming at the pace that Jack Wright did there, this man's got no chance, and he absolutely flattens him and goes over for his second score of the game and brings Met right back into this contest.
Well, it's been a seesaw game so far. Cardiff Met retain the lead again. And after this attempted conversion, it'll be really important for them to exit well, relieve the pressure, not concede any penalties in their own half, and give Bath an opportunity to take the lead again.
The new man Murphy on to take the kick.
Should be straightforward, but as we saw with Johnson in the first half, it's not always. But he gets it comfortably and extends their lead now to 5 points.
Slew of changes. Caldwell and Verdun on for Bath now. Austin Hay going off for his final appearance. He's made an impact today, isn't he? And certainly not a man that the Archers faithful is going to be very fond of by the end of today.
And I think Cardiff Met will be pleased to see the back of him as he G's up the Bath faithful on his way off.
Been considerably less singing than I thought there would be. It's been a very tense affair. I think everybody knows Varsity's been a long day, and there's going to be some worse for wear people out there today, as we would say, Greg. But it's been a fantastic experience all round.
It really has. And let's hope now Cardiff Met can round things off with a win.
I thought that was passed back in there, Greg, but Benjamin's got away with that. "2,000 people down here at Kincoid Campus Rugby 1 to watch this epic affair this afternoon."
And it's certainly living up to its billing so far. 6 tries and we still have another 30 minutes to go. And if the first 50 are anything to go by, this game will go right to the wire. Bath on the attack now. Morris. Good carry from Chatfield.
Some big collisions going in here.
But this is a situation where Cardiff Met are relatively comfortable.
Some information just coming in, Greg. With a loss in the squash, Bath have officially won Varsity by a score of 57-48.
Disappointing for Cardiff Met, but they could still end the day with a flourish by winning the showpiece event.
This is the one for all the bragging rights, we think.
Clever little snipe there from Will Stride.
Interception again. Oh, just marshalled into touch by the new man there. Josh Razor. This has been the thoroughly kind of game that you want to see. Lots of tries, lots of things for the crowd to get excited with.
Definitely, despite those error-strewn opening exchanges, has been an entertaining one. Morris finding Cam Keys, and they tried a little looping one out to the wing, didn't quite go to plan, and Cardiff Met have the line out.
Yeah, Stride looking for that ball over the top again, and the first one that came to hand I thought was a little bit forward, a hint of forward anyway for me, but it looks like he's going to be coming off now. Stride, that's his last play of the game, and on comes his replacement, James Richardson. Stride looked to be dictating play pretty well for me there, so he's probably going to be disappointed to be going off.
Oscar Nye taken to the field as well.
Nye, coincidentally, the nickname of my brother, because most people can't say his first name.
Off the top, Cardiff Met, and a big high box kick.
Has gone high and long into the night sky.
And Bath now back in their own half. They'll be disappointed with this outcome. And they'll have to pull something special out of the hat to get some territory. Good play from Morris though. Nice carry from Verdun. And a little snipe, and that's really, really nice from Dan Thomas.
Great tackle, Benjamin.
Cardiff Met in trouble here. But it's slowed down well by Cardiff Met, taking the momentum out of it. But
Dan Thomas has been magnificent at picking off at 8 today. His carrying's been superb.
As the men roll in, looking for a rolling maul, not quite happening. And they go again.
Over here.
Edging closer towards the line. Patient play from Bath. Just short again.
You can't be far away from the whitewash, but will they get Whiteland fever here?
There is space out wide now if they want to use it. They opt to, out the back from Morris, so that's a great hit on Kelly. Relieve the pressure for Cardiff Met.
Another handling error in midfield, but not picked up by the referees.
Bath retain possession, and another fumble. Picked up well by Jack Bright. Gets the offload out. And that's great pressure from Benjamin. Wrapping his man up.
And that's close to hands on there.
And they got very close to getting that turnover. Awful kick from Bath.
Benjamin with two important bits of defensive play, but a nice and well-worked chip over the top there.
There was space, and it was unlucky. The hard ground leads to it rolling over the try line. Touchdown by the Bath man, and it'll be a 22-metre dropout. But a good outcome there for Cardiff Met after that pressure.
And we're going to bring Owen in from Bath. How do you think this second half has gone so far?
Yeah, much better than the first half from my perspective, I think. With Bath looking a bit more lively, I don't just think we deserve to be behind on the scoreboard, but Cardiff Met it looked like a really good side, to be fair. I think we've won the Varsity anyway with that men's badminton result, so regardless of what happens here, I'm not too fussed.
Wow. No mincing
You're not
words.
coming back on again. What a way to dampen the mood.
Here goes Benjamin. It really has opened up here now. Both sides looking to offload and run from anywhere.
Huge hit.
Great hit from Harvey Scott. Taking the wind out of Bath's sails. And now they give up on attempting to counter and instead put boot to ball. And another big Gario in there. Just about gained by Bath.
So, and who's been the standout for you for both Bath and for Cardiff Met today?
I can't say I know the Cardiff Met players that well, but I got to say Austin Hay, I think he's left the field now, but he's number 3 for Bath. His incredible job, his incredible work rate, great work rate in the scrums, in the rucks and mauls. He's a set piece player and really makes a difference in our game. You know what I mean? It's the little extra bits you need just to get you over the line. Austin Hay provides that.
Cheers, Owen. And Cardiff Met get the penalty. Lovely carry in from Oscar Nye. And Cardiff Met tap and go, but the ref brings them back. And it looked like Cardiff Met were going to sneak in for a try there. Good scramble defence from Bath.
Not too sure. By the time we had enough men back there.
Right, get this man off comms. And they'll go for the rolling maul now. Cardiff Met with an opportunity.
One thing
See if
that has
it's as
been
good as Bath.
questionable about Bath is the defence, especially the close defence into the line. It is something they need to work on for next season. They conceded 2-3 tries against Loughborough a few weeks back, just from the close quarters defending. They really need to work on that, so I wouldn't be surprised if Cardiff Met can come away with something from this.
Well, we'll see now. They did manage one in the first half, as we saw. And they formed it nicely, and it goes to the back, and now they get the shove on straight off. But the ref's whistle has blown. And it's a scrum in favour of Bath. Good outcome for you then, Owen.
Yeah, we'll take that. I think there's a little knock-on in there somewhere. I didn't see it myself, but yeah, given our defensive record, I think we'll take that. Hopefully we can clear the ball from here and try and build something.
I think it's been pretty equal, to be honest, so far between the two sides at scrum time. Cardiff Met will surely look to get a little bit of a shove on here and try and put a bit of pressure on Bath.
Yeah, we've brought a few subs on, especially in the front row, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare now. I think this is probably their first or possibly their second scrum.
Bath replacement scrum half James Richardson feeding this in for the away side. And they do get the shove on. That's good pressure from Cardiff Met, and they've got the ball back. Big chance here. Jack Wright again from close range, and again he scores for Cardiff Met. Extends their lead now to 10 points. And like we said earlier, Gav, you do not stop Jack Wright from there.
Oh, it's just impossible, isn't he? He's such a massive mountain of a man, and he carries it home over, and he carries home, I think, this win for Cardiff Met now. It's a couple of minutes left, but that's looking pretty academic now.
Well, we've seen a few entertaining games here. I remember watching Cardiff Met against Leeds Beckett earlier in the season, and they had something about a 21-point lead and ended up needing a very late score from Luke Northmore to confirm the win. So let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. 20 minutes still on the clock. Harry Johnston does get the extras, so it's a 12-point game.
In fairness, I did predict a 15-0 win for us across all varsity games today, but that didn't turn out, so the less said about that, the better.
You are a man who doesn't really care about whether they sound biased, in fairness.
No, I don't.
To be fair,
I'm not going to apologise. I'm not going to apologise for being me, Greg, you know?
I mean, if you don't want bias, watch Bath Sport TV.
Not sure about that either. They talked about a tip tackle earlier from Harvey Scott and a wonderful dump tackle. So, you know, each their own, but some people like hard-hitting rugby. And that's us.
Oh, it's an error. And Bath are at 6s and 7s here now.
I'm not sure if Richardson should have given away a penalty there because he was in an offside position when he touched the ball, but not spotted by the referee. Quick ball needed here from Met, but it's just not come in.
Yeah, Bath reorganised well. Oh, nearly sent Jack Wright away again with the offload out the back.
Looking a bit flashy now. We don't want to get that. He has spotted the penalty for offside. In fairness, my bad.
So it was worth taking a risk.
Danny Milton showing his appreciation for the netball team there, the way that they played and brought the game back 48-48 in there, and that was a stunning atmosphere in there, Greg.
It was absolutely outstanding. Bleachers were completely packed out. Atmosphere incredible.
It shows
and an amazing game as well.
Yeah, it shows the rise of netball in the country, especially with all the stuff they get on Sky Sports as well. So good on the girls for putting on such a wonderful show.
And we said earlier, we had Alex on and we were talking about how high the standard actually was.
Very high.
We were watching and yeah, it was absolutely outstanding from both sides. Gave absolutely everything as well.
We've been joined alongside us by first half commentator Sam Butcher. What have you made so far of the second half?
Well, I mean, I actually have been inside behind us, just in the Archers Arena, watching it on a little small screen. It's like being in hospitality in there. I'm not even kidding. It's nice and warm. Got a nice screen to watch it on. No loud noises. Perfect. Sadly, they don't have any beer though. But I mean, yeah, no. First half, second half's been an interesting one actually. It's been a bit to and fro. But Cardiff Met seem to be keeping the scoreboard ticking over, which is really, really nice to see.
Thank you, Samuel. I'm sure those beers will flow later on.
Good play there from Benjamin to relieve the pressure.
He's been solid in the second half, especially when they need him in defence. And that assured left boot of his has really got them out of some sticky situations.
And it's nice as well for Cardiff Met to know they have a man with such a big boot back there, because they know even if Bath put a good kick in and he recovers it, if he gets the time to clear a kick, he will get some good yards for Cardiff Met.
Some of the final years making their last appearance here, coming back on for Cardiff Met, I believe. The starters.
Yeah, so we've got Dan Kennett and Harry Seward in the front row, and Ed Scragg as well coming on. Eddie Boloko coming off with Akeem Anderson.
Showing his appreciation from the crowd. The man's given a lot to the Archers jersey, Eduardo Boloko. 72 caps for the Italian stallion.
Ewan Humphreys coming off as well there.
I'd like to give a shout out to all the parents watching, my parents, Andrew and Jocelyn Donald, Greg's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Kane, and to Sam's mum, Sarah Butcher. Thanks for watching, guys, and being our biggest fans. Great scrummage there from Seward, though.
Bath now looking to get themselves back into this game. They are 12 points behind, and you would have to say they're going to need a try pretty soon to give themselves a chance of winning this game.
Yeah, they are, and the Met defence has really seeped it out of them. They've thrown a lot of us at the start of this first half. They knew they needed to come out of the gate real early, and ever since that first try in the first couple of minutes from the captain, Alston Hay, they really haven't showed any teeth from in behind. Great goal line defence there.
And Bath now in a really dangerous position. Cardiff Met under some pressure again as they drive to the line, and they do get there. They're back in this game with 16 minutes remaining.
Things are starting to get feisty here at Kincoid campus. Security escorting people out, and Bath coming back into this game. It's going to be an interesting last 15 minutes.
And we were saying that we know that this game was always going to go down to the wire. And it's all set up now for a grandstand final 15 minutes.
You've got to imagine he's going to tag on the extra 2 here, Will Kelly. He's been sumptuous with his left foot today.
And he does land the extras. .100% kicking record for Will Kelly today. Cardiff Met now lead 33-28.
Wonderful game though, lots of points, exactly where you want on a cold Wednesday afternoon.
Knock on there from Bath in their own 22, and that is the last thing they would have wanted after getting themselves back within 5 points.
Yeah, and as head coach Danny Milton pointed out there, I think that was an offside again, the man picking it up from an offside position. That's twice now the referee's missed that.
But you would have to say that the Bath coaches must be banging their heads against the wall, because after they've done so well to fight their way back into this game, they now gift Cardiff Met an attacking opportunity that they could have got done without.
And that happened at the start of the second half. You know, giving them opportunities to come back into the game and being in such good positions, getting held out on the line there by Tom Benjamin and that massive tackle on the outside by Harry Johnston. You know, they could have been level, but now they've got an opportunity for Met in a really, really promising position here. And you've got to think the same man who scored a hat-trick tonight is going to be getting this ball. He's through. He's dropped it.
That was a huge opportunity, but they've lost it, and we will go back for the scrum.
We've just been singing Benjamin's praises all afternoon, and he gets in one attacking area and tries to take a ball with one hand that he could have taken with two, and just drops it in this wet conditions. As I said, it certainly worked. Everybody's attention was on Jack Wright there, and they went the other way from behind the scrum and trying to set Rhys Geely up on the outside, but he couldn't quite get the ball. Rhys Geely, Pontedilai's boy like myself. A shout out to the massive.
You're from Gassinon, aren't you?
I am from Gassinon, but I used to play for Bont for a little bit, so I didn't want to, you know, I went to school at Pontedilais as well. I am a Gassinon boy through and through, but, you know, a bit of Pontedilais in my heart as well.
Right, so you're a traitorous turncoat. Right you are. Here come Bath again, and that's a nice carry from the outside centre, Brandon Bellarmin. Cleared away, does find grass.
I didn't realise that your online article was Tembe 72, not Scarlet Fever 72. Right? So if we're going to be talking about turncoats, then, you know, expect to get some fire back, you know.
Oh, and that is a barnstorming carry there. Sent the Bath man flying.
Great pick-up, Scrag.
Lovely hands from Scrag there. Picking it up off his shins.
Here goes
well
Rhys Geely.
Taken, the show and go from Geely.
Oh, no need for that from Harvey Scott, but certainly let his man know he was there.
Cardiff Met playing some nice stuff now. Oh, tried to go for the little snipe. Keane. As Rhys Geely here goes down with cramp. There was a hint of forward pass there, and the ref has seen it this time and given it. Scrum for Bath.
Rhys Geely writhing in pain there with his cramp. He's really, really struggling, and it looks like he's going to have to be substituted. I'm not sure it is. I'm not sure it is cramp here. He looks to be in some serious pain. This Rhys Geely.
I don't know, cramp does hurt, mind. He's certainly stretching him like it is cramp.
He had some food and he went in the swimming pool without leaving half an hour. We're coming into the dying embers of this game 10 minutes ago, and certainly looking like a good affair. Danny Milton calling for Rhys Geely to be dragged off, which he certainly has been doing.
drag him off, the call from head coach and director of rugby, Danny Milton.
No.
Stop milking it, Geely, are the cries from the crowd.
Absolutely no sympathy from the coaching team.
It is Varsity.
They're enjoying themselves.
As Sean Edwards says, you're never injured in defence, are you? well, what does he know? Only 4 Grand Slams. Never been on a Lions tour. I'm not bitter for him, but you know, what's Andy Farrell ever done, eh?
10 minutes to go then, and 5 points between the two sides. Cardiff Met just about edging this one so far, 33-28.
Stride has interestingly come on at 10 now here as well for
they've gone straight through the gap though. Dan Thomas,
great tackle again for Benjamin.
Good scramble, he's done that twice now, Benjamin. Good hands out to the wing. Charlie Green on the touchline.
Big man.
Caught that on his toes. Great hands from the prop forward. And the ref's whistle is gone. Not quite sure what he's given.
High tackle, I believe.
Yep, high tackle, so Bath will have the penalty and they will surely kick this to the corner.
Looks like they're going for a set move here, Greg. Off the line out.
Yeah, they're taking their time getting to this line out.
You've got to think after it worked so well for them, for Austin Kane at the start of the first half, it's got to be a maul.
And it is a maul. Here they go, driving towards the line.
Looks like a 15-man line out.
They're all going in for it. Cardiff Met under pressure.
By Cardiff Met.
And they've scored. Bath have scored. The rolling wall again, and it's 33-all with 8 minutes remaining. Bath absolutely losing it. Their pocket of supporters down there going absolutely crazy. Silence from the Cardiff Met fans.
Yeah, not happy. A couple of beers being thrown over there. Not nice to see being thrown at the Bath bench, but I don't think that they're going to care. And it looks like Austin Kane is rallying the crowd. Owen, what do you make of that?
Here we go, boys, here we go. Grandstand finish. You wanted it, you wanted a big match, and you've got it. I tell you what, it brings me back to 2 years ago. We were down here watching Varsity 2 years ago, and Bath stole it right to the death, the last minute try, and that was actually to win the Varsity. So at least we've already got the Varsity in the bag this time, but it'd be lovely to win this match, I've got to say.
Pleasure as always, Owen. Thank you very much. This to take the lead then, Will Kelly.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again.
And he's missed it. It's just wide. It did look like it went over from here.
From where we are,
the
that looks
flags
like
haven't gone up. So we remain then on level terms. And we told you that this game was not over when Cardiff Met were 12 points up. They have relinquished that lead. It is now 33-all. 7 minutes to go. Unbelievable drama here.
I wish I hadn't said anything, Greg, to be honest, but great take.
Commentators curse from Gavin Donald. You know to blame Cardiff Met fans. Don McKenzie making the hard yards.
Back on for the end of this half. But as he's lying all over it, but the referee didn't see it. Great lines from Harvey Scott.
Cardiff Met coming back with a vengeance now.
Unfortunately, I've got to shoot